Larry, Fort Worth Memories Museum and Groups, and YouTube at Fort Worth Memories. It is Tuesday, 12th day of October. It's about 6:54 in the morning. Let me see if I can find the live feed. See where Tiger Woods was somewhere near the area. He's building a golf course. There we are. Let me tell everybody good morning. And we're going to share it to the internet. And to memories, live videos, and messages. Okay, here we go. We've got a chance of rain in the forecast. Slight chance, so it probably will not rain. We've got a new sponsor, Melinda Hicks, and to find out what her product or services are, you'll need to tune in Saturday morning at 9:30. I'm going to do a live interview with her, and we'll see what Melinda has to offer. Melinda's been a member of our group for many years. Her and her husband have been real active in all of our giveaways. So we'll start with Melinda Hicks. Like I say, and Saturday morning at 9:30 you'll find out what her sponsorship consists of. Tri-State Dent is our paintless dent removal company. They come to you and they work with you on your deductible if it's all possible. Some people got a high deductible. Royal Flush Plumbing, they do great work. They're ready to take care of whatever you need. All you got to do, all of our sponsors are ready to take care of whatever your needs are and services or goods, but you have to reach out to them. They can't read your mind. So Boom Bomb, B-O-N, capital B-O-M, capital B-O-N. That's Mark Perez. He is a remodeler. They do little jobs, big jobs, handyman jobs. They do it all. Rex's Bar and Grill. We just had our birthday party over there, about 4 weeks ago now. It's right next to the Old South Pancake House on University. The building that Rex's Bar and Grill is in is the old Macaroni Grill. You won't believe that place. It's really nice, so you need to get out and check it out. Termite King Pest Control. They have plans and different programs you can sign up for. Just call Brad and he's ready to take care of whatever you need to find out about. They can send somebody out there weekly, bi-monthly, every month, whatever you need. Cross Electric, Brandon Cross. They do residential and commercial. K-Ranch Roofing, Jorge Hernandez. They will send somebody out if you think you might have had roof damage from all the high winds and the hail. They'll send somebody out at your, that's good for you, and they'll check your roof and they don't charge you anything for that. So it costs you absolutely nothing to call K-Ranch Roofing. Fort Worth Lumber is down on I-35 South. Any building materials or building plans or you just want to go down there and talk to somebody that's knowledgeable about building, that's the place to go. Optimist Club of Fort Worth. They are an international organization. Good morning, everybody. They do lots of great stuff for youth, both boys and girls. Like I said at the top of the program, Melinda Hicks is our newest sponsor, and to find out what she is promoting, you need to tune in Saturday morning at 9:30 a.m. and she'll tell you live right here. Eric Walsh, real estate and a developer. He's also on the board of directors of Larry's Kids. Phelps Family Auto Care. They are in the Burleson area, but they have a big draw from Fort Worth also. Stroud Auto Supplies in the Haltom City, Riverside area. It's very rare that you see a independent go up against O'Reilly's, AutoZone, all of the big chains. But they've been there, I know, for 60, 70 years because I bought parts there when I was 16. Varghese Somerset is our legal beagles. They are our attorneys that are sponsors. Tiffany Burks, who we've interviewed many times, is in that firm. Christy Jack. They've got really about 30 real good attorneys. They do everything. They can write a will, they can sue somebody, or if you've been charged with capital murder, they can take care of that too. Luann and Tommy, good morning, George. Fort Worth Florist, Jeanette and her team have sent flowers all over the planet for our members. You don't even have to leave your house. You can do it all on the internet or by phone. Optimist Club, I've already said them. Winstead Paint and Body, they're on White Settlement Road, 1 block west of Roberts Cutoff. I've been using Clay Winstead and his family's business there 40 years. Blue Mountain Cafes, all Blue Mountain Cafes are sponsors on our group. Coburn's Catering, Steve Coburn is 3rd generation. Catering, they've been in business since 1946. Brittany, are you on? I'm getting a message from one or both of them. I don't know which one. Where do we stand on? It's Cleburne that's messaging. Okay, Johnny is in. Where was I? Blue Mountain Cafes. Coburn's Catering, 1946 they started. I know because the only job I ever had, I worked over for one of my uncle's plants on North Main, and there used to be a cafeteria there. Jimmy, good morning. Rick, good morning. So you can't have an event too big for Coburn's Catering to cater because they do the stock show every year. That's hundreds of thousands of people. Old South Pancake House, 2 locations. Cleburne 3, okay, they're typing. Old South. Burleson, their newest location. Cleburne's wanting to know, yeah, Old South used to have a location in Haltom City. That was many years ago. So currently, there is 2 locations. One on University is open 24/7, which y'all all know. The one in Burleson closes at 9 or 10 at night. Dub Peacock owns A-Bird AC and Heating. If you think that your central air or heat unit is not performing correctly, it costs you $95 for them to send somebody out and give your unit a checkup. State Farm Insurance, Jenny Stewart. The way I look at these insurance companies, State Farm, Allstate, Farmers, they're all real good. It's which one will provide the best coverage for the least amount of money. So it costs you absolutely nothing to call State Farm, Jenny's team. And I'm getting all kinds of messages. to find out what they'll do your insurance for. I'm going to call them because I guarantee you I'm paying too much at Farmers. In fact, I'm calling them today. Schwartz and Hanson are our architectural firm. They've been with me, God, 10 years maybe. Sponsors on the group. They're very active in the bike giveaway. Pat and Richard Carr have Dickey Carr Sand and Gravel. If you're in the building business and you want 20 dump trucks full of sand, that's the folks to call. Grateful for Your Trees is owned by Dickey Carr, which is Richard Carr's nephew. They do everything to do with trees. They trim them, cut them down, grind the stumps down. They do retaining walls, bobcat work. I mean, these guys do it all. You can call them out there and say, I want that oak tree taken down. I want you to make firewood out of it. They can do it. Stinger's Bar and Grill is out in the Azle area. You exit off 199 if you're heading west on Stewart, Maine, and it's in the old Mark Dean's barbecue store. And they've got great food for, it's not like their cafeteria, their cafes, Blue Mounds. They've got all the stuff for a sports bar. Gene is in. Okay, let's see what Cleburne has to say. When am I going to do a Gangsters in Cowtown show? I'm not. I was talking to Bill Palmer yesterday. My new, or the person I think I'm going to go with on my, as a ghostwriter for my book, which is called Memories, she suggested that I had two large speaking events, that one of them was Gangsters in Cowtown, so it'll cut down book sales. The book won't be out until 26. I'm already up to chapter 13. The two different individuals that are working with me on the book right now, we're not seeing eye to eye on much, so I'm making a switch. No hard feelings, just business. Every time I suggest something, they automatically don't even discuss it, just say no. Well, it's my book, so, but I mean, I know they're in the book writing business, so maybe they know everything, and I don't know. I don't claim to know everything about writing a book. I know one thing, the chapters I had were too long. It needs to be 3 or 4 pages instead of 7 or 8. So there'll just be a lot of chapters because I've lived a pretty full life. So anyway, use our sponsors. They're ready, willing, and able to do business with you. We have the opportunity with our network, which is the largest in the Metroplex. I don't know if you saw the other day, I make a post, Facebook, now this is just Facebook, sent me a deal from July 20-something to August, the 1st of August, 2nd or 3rd. We had over 1 million views just on Memories. And we do X, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and 5 other platforms on Facebook. How much does it cost to be a sponsor? $1,500 a year. That's like $125 a month. And you get exposed. Exposure is the name of the game. You can possibly be seen by hundreds of thousands of people. You won't get it in our numbers. There's nobody matches up to our numbers. Doesn't matter, television, radio, newspaper, whatever. Okay, so they're wanting to know about Cleburne. We're not going to charge them for this one, Brittany. Y'all are wanting to know about the train robbery in 1933 Texas Pacific mail car train. Yeah, that was Olin DeWitt Stevens, O.D. Stevens. He was the mastermind. He had been in Leavenworth. He ended up going to Alcatraz, but he got out. One of his cases got overturned, and he ended up retiring or getting out of Alcatraz and moving to Arkansas and living with his son, and lived to be in his 60s. But yes, he had it's called the House on Morrison Lane out in Handley, 4400 Morrison Lane. We call it the House on the Hill. It's now, I think, a daycare center. There was secret doors, walls that pushed in. There was a staircase. I remember my dad took me there when I was a kid, and I pushed one of my brothers underneath the staircase, and he fell. This wall went back and went down into the basement. You can Google O.D. Stevens, and it'll have pictures of that house. It was made out of petrified wood and sandstone, and he also had he owned a little strip center there on Lancaster in Handley, and he had a drugstore. He was in the drug business, but it was heroin and cocaine, not cocaine, heroin and some other narcotics. But they robbed the mail train. The money was earmarked for the Fort Worth National Bank, $70-something thousand, which today, that's in 1933 money, middle of the Depression. They got the money. That he went to New York. He went to Chicago first. He told his other people that was involved. There was actually 5 or 6 individuals involved, and O.D. Stevens did not take part in the actual train robbery, but it took them 3 times to make the thing work. The first time, the 3 train robbers, Mr. Stevens had not designated a getaway driver, so they were sitting up on the road above the train station, the RTMP, and they got into an argument about who was going to drive the getaway car. These guys weren't the most brilliant robbers, and the train came, unloaded, and left. So Stevens was extremely upset, and so he said, okay, we're going to go again. And so a few days later, and he designated one of these guys from Dallas to be the getaway driver. Well, on that occasion, the getaway driver got drunk at a bar on Lancaster and didn't show up, so they didn't pull off the train robbery. 3rd time's the charm. They pulled it off. Nobody got killed or shot. Those mail carriers, the guards carried little 32 pistols. Anyway, they got the money. Stevens, one of the guys was from out around Abilene, a town called Eula, E-U-L-A, and then there was 2 guys from Dallas. Stevens said, okay, we got the serial numbers, so I'm going to take this money up to Chicago or up north, he said, and change it, clean money. Well, those guys up there saw him coming and charged him almost 50 cents on the dollar. So on the way back, he figured out, I don't have enough money to pay off the other 3 guys. Plus, he wanted to finish that house on the hill and his strip center on Lancaster, which was also made out of petrified wood, and it's still there. Randy's in, Vinny's in. So after about 30 days, one of the bank robbers from Dallas and his brother came over, and the guy from Eula came over. They met him at his drugstore. He said, hey guys, I got your money. It's out there at the house on the hill. Y'all meet me up there. So about 10 o'clock that night, they came up to the house on Morrison Lane, and Stevens and a guy named May and another guy killed him. They wrapped him in barbed wire and they dumped him in the Trinity River. Thank you. Yes, I need a mechanic. A mechanic in Fort Worth, I can get you lots of business. So he wraps them in barbed wire. These Stevens and May wrapped these 3 guys in barbed wire. dump them in the Trinity, thinking that they would sink. Well, they didn't. They floated to the top. Somebody turned them in. The cops were investigating. On about the same time period, two of the wives from the missing bank robbers came to Fort Worth, and Stephen said, I hadn't seen them. They hadn't been over here. They didn't come to collect the money. He just lied to him. They went directly to the police, and the police said, yeah, we know where they're at. They're all dead. So anyway, they all got caught. Stevens and May and the other guy was in Tarrant County Jail, which at the time was downtown where the old courthouse is. At the time, it was the most secure jail in Texas, maybe. Stevens knew he was in big trouble. Now here's one of the quirky things about this story. Stevens knew that Clyde Barrow's sister, Marie, who I interviewed way back in the day, was coming up there to see another prisoner, and Stevens knew that Clyde had successfully broken a lot of people out of jail. So he told that prisoner, he said, tell your friend Marie Barrow I would like to talk to her, and he put her on his visiting list. She came up, and they made a deal that Stevens still had $18,000, and he said, if your brother can break us three out of this jail, I'll give him $6,000 apiece, $18,000. And Clyde was going to do it, but we all know what happened to them. They got killed before they could do that. So they all were sentenced. May was sent to the electric chair and got killed. Stevens and the other guy they sent to Alcatraz. Both of them appealed their case, and there was a screw up in the prosecution, so they held him still for the train robbery, but dropped the murder deal. And he got out of Alcatraz and lived his days out in Arkansas. So the way that that Clyde was going to break him out, his plan was to get Pretty Boy Floyd, and Clyde and Pretty Boy Floyd would show up at the Tarrant County Jail in a stolen police car, Clyde wearing a stolen police uniform, and he had had Pretty Boy Floyd handcuffed, knock on the door. When they came, he was going to say, hey, I'm Sheriff so-and-so. I need to drop Pretty Boy Floyd off here till in the morning, and I'm going to take him on to wherever. But it wouldn't have worked anyway. Floyd said, there's no way you're taking me handcuffed into that jail, so we won't charge you for that one. But yeah, you can go out there. That house, they call it the House on the Hill. It's 4400 Morrison Lane, and hold on, I'll see. You can go on Memories. Let me see if this works. You just go to our group, Memories, and put, in the spyglass, put O.D. Stevens. See what comes up. Now there's a picture of him. You don't see that. That's one of his mug shots there. And here's the article right below it. Shows Clyde Barrow and Pretty Boy Floyd planned to break out O.D. Stevens' Tarrant County Jail in 1933. Here's pictures of them at the courthouse on the day of the trial. There was guys walking around with machine guns, Thompson machine guns. They were scared somebody was going to try to break them out. That's out in front of the courthouse. Pretty neat pictures. Okay. There's the house on Morrison Lane. I think it's a daycare center. And the article above it shows where all the trap doors and stuff were. And there's a newspaper article. showing Star Telegram talking about the trial and everything. Then this is the drugstore on East Lancaster. It's also made out of sandstone and petrified wood. So anyway, he was quite a character. Okay, boys and girls, I gotta get moving. Yep, Randy, it's gonna be another great day, but we got a chance of rain. So Brittany, we're not gonna charge him for that. That's freebie. The bicycle giveaway, Larry's Kids, is December 13th, 6:30 a.m. The gates will open. That's a Saturday morning. Farrington Field. The goal this year is 1,400 bikes. Last year we gave away 1,120, which brought our grand total to 19,550 bikes. I started it back in the 80s. This is the 39th year, and we've already given away over $1 million worth of new bicycles. So last year I made it a non-profit. Nobody gets a quarter. Every penny that comes in goes to buying bicycles, helmets, and toys. And we need plenty of volunteers. We usually have a standard of 50 or 60. We need over 100 this year. We will have mayors Barr, Mike Moncrief, Betsy Price, and Maddie Parker there. Last year we had Maddie Parker, Betsy Price, and Mike Moncrief. Charlie Guerin is always there. Brooke Rollins, who's the agricultural secretary. Several of the city council, Carlos Flores, Michael Crane. Those folks always show up, and they're not there for a photo op. They're there to give away bicycles. So it's a community event. So if you have a service or a product that you want us to promote, and we don't, like if you're in the plumbing business, I've already got a plumber. Electrician, I've already got an electrician. I need a mechanic. We need a dentist or dental company. We need a flooring company. A paint contractor. I can't believe we can't get a paint contractor. Y'all are missing a lot of business. I promote your business every day in front of hundreds of thousands of people. People that have never seen your information. George is in, Jimmy's in, Brittany, Aaron, Benny. 9:30 Saturday morning is Melinda Hicks. And I'll show you, yeah, you've seen her. Let me show you. She's been with us many, many years. Hold on. I think I've got a picture that's pretty interesting. No, I can't find it. In our 2020 COVID year giveaway, we gave away truckloads of water, paper towels, toilet paper, over here at Rogers Roundhouse parking lot. And Melinda was present for that. And I can't find the picture. I got a picture of her with Pat Green. Pat was helping give away water. Yeah, I can find it. We got entirely too many pictures. Oh, there it is. There it is. There's Melinda. And then Pat, and then Toby Barrett is there too. That's Melinda. That's in 2020. That's 5 years ago. So she has been with us for many, many years. Okay, anybody got anything they want to? Yes, I canceled those two. One of them was in front of 800 people. I really, that one pays pretty good, but I can understand. Let me see. I don't know where we're eating yet. I'll let y'all know. Let me see what questions. Randy is in. Benny, I hadn't seen you in a while. Jimmy. I bet you get kidded about your name, Jimmy Johnson, Cowboys coach. Missy. Okay, so I gotta go get this other part of the operation set up. We had guessed the score, but we didn't have any action on it. And it's a preseason game, but Scott will have it set up. That's on the website, FortWorthMemories.com. You don't have to put www in front of it. Also, all of our sponsors are listed on our website, and they will also be listed on YouTube when I do the lives. Scott's going to be here this morning to get the Mevos working. I brought the Mevo cameras in. Y'all hear me talk about the Mevos. They are I'll show you. They're real good cameras. They're about $800 a piece. And they've got a camera, because we're having so many problems with these cheapy cameras that we get from Amazon. So if you're ever wanting to do podcasts or stuff like that, these Mevos, they're put out by Logitech. So this deal cost you about $1,800, 3 cameras. But they have built-in tells everything. It's good for wireless streaming up to 1080p HD, whatever all that means. Onboard, advanced onboard audio. In other words, they got microphones. 6-hour battery life. That's questionable. You can hardwire it if you want. They're the best cameras I've ever seen for doing live streaming. I started charging, I hadn't used them in a while. I started charging them yesterday, and I'm still charging one. I mean, it takes about 5 hours to charge one up. Okay, so where do y'all want to eat this week? Somebody posted Parton's. We've already eaten at Parton's. That was a couple of weeks ago. And somebody wanted to do Olive Garden. That's fine, but sometimes that's a little pricey. Brittany, see if that Olive Garden in out there by Ridgemar has any kind of specials. But you need to. You know, last time we checked, everybody said, yeah, they've got it. And we got out there and they said, no, that's not us. That's another Olive Garden. So you need to call and find out if they actually are going to have a special on Saturday, what's today, the 12th? The 18th, is that what Saturday is? Saturday is the 18th, yeah. Or 16th. See if they're going to have something on the 16th at the one on Altamira or whatever that is out there. How long does what? It's $1,500 a year. Up front. And we promote your product or services every day. We don't take off for holidays or Sunday. You'll get business, plenty of it. So I don't need a mechanic that's just by himself, you know, a guy that maybe does it out of his house or mobile or whatever. We need a mechanic shop. And the same with a paint contractor. We need somebody that can take on new jobs. No, we don't do gentlemen's clubs. I don't do car dealers or gentlemen's clubs. And I do all the posting. Yes, Rockwood Go-Kart, they had a huge turnout. Last Saturday, they had go-kart rides for $1. 1975 prices. They've been a sponsor off and on for 10 years. Okay? We had 1 million views in 7 days. And that ended, that was on, hold on, I'm going to tell you. That's just on memories. That's not the other Facebook groups or Instagram, TikTok, X, LinkedIn. There's no other social media group that can compare to our numbers anywhere in the Metroplex. July 27th through August the 2nd, we had 1 million views. That was up 30% from the previous 7 days. So, let's see what 1 million divided by 7, 142,857 views per day for those 7 days, and divide that by 24 hours, 5,952 views an hour, divided by 60 minutes, 99 views every minute of every day, day and night for 7 straight days. So yeah, your product or services gets out to lots of people. I don't know that I posted that. They're wanting to know about the post that we made about Kelly Clarkson. There's the Can't Sleep, but I wanted to delete that. See how many people have gone on our Kelly Clarkson post. There it is. It's been up. Hadn't been 24 hours yet. 915 people. Now we get people that view this stuff. 74 comments. We can raise 1,000 prayers in a matter of hours. Y'all are really an active group. It's a community group. We share posts that are made by the city and the police and the fire, and because we can get the word out to more people than they can. There's Ginger. Ginger Sanders is real active in our group. One of her main, Brittany, does kind of my gopher work. She calls all these places and helps us with so much. And she is in New Jersey. She's a Texas gal, a Fort Worth gal. She's just in New Jersey. Ginger decorates our tree every year. We get a tree every year from the Optimist Club of Fort Worth, and Ginger comes over and does a fantastic job. Brings these real nice decorations. You know, it takes hours to do one of those things. It doesn't just happen throwing tinsel or whatever. We don't even use that. She doesn't even use that. She puts real nice ornaments and stuff. And so a lot of people that help, James Van Zant, Bill Palmer, we've got a whole list of people. Colin Lassiter, Jeff Petrie, Kyle, of course Kyle, the bike giveaway, he's helped me now for I don't know how many years, but I can tell you this is the 39th year of the bicycle giveaway. Next year will be the 40th year, and Kyle's son, Jackson Polson, who is a sophomore, I believe, at Texas A&M, started helping with the bike giveaway when he was 8 years old. So I'm going to put him on the board because it's time to turn over some of this stuff to younger people. You know, none of us are going to live forever. There's Robert Rivera. Robert was at our luncheon Saturday at Blue Goose Cantina. That place is really nice. If you've never been, food's good. It's reasonably priced. The only issue is that parking lot, University Park Shopping Center, is the busiest shopping center I've ever been at in my life. I'm sure that the one out there, Grapevine Mills, and the new one and all of that are just as busy, but yeah, so Brittany's going to check on the Italian food, Olive Garden, see if they've got a special, because if they don't, it kind of goes over the $20 range, and our people we're between $15 and $20. That's what works best for us. We have a lot of, the makeup of our group is, the majority is people over 65, people retired, and the majority male to female is female. So, but we're getting a lot of younger members now, 20s and 30s. We've got a lot of 40s and 50s, and then over 65 or 64 and over, we've got a ton. 131,243, I think, this morning. That's just the memories group. Okay, not going to talk about that. It's about the 5th time you've asked me that. Can we for sure use the 1635? I'll let you know. We're having our board meeting next Monday. I just got Lindsay McGuire is our comptroller on the nonprofit Larry's Kids, and we're going to meet at 10 o'clock next Monday, so I'll know after that, but I think that we're going to be able to use 1635. Anybody else? Am I going to name names in the book? Yeah, first names. But it's not going to be hard to figure out who they are. Will there be? Yeah, there'll probably be some people that are not happy with the book. Not many. Everybody in my crew from back then, they're all gone. So all the bad guys are gone. They've been gone since the 80s. You can say I am a product of my environment. if you live in a household that's God-fearing and does everything by the books and this, that, and the other, then that's the way 99% of the people probably are raised up. I'm that 1%. I was kind of on my own way early, 14, 13. Sink or swim, yeah. But luckily, I turned it around, and instead of trying to hurt people, I tried to figure out how to help people. Okay, boys and girls, get us a paint contractor, a mechanic, a mobile RV service guy. I have no idea about the Democrats. I'll leave that to the politicians. I try to stay neutral. I'm conservative, but I try to stay neutral. But I can tell you one thing, in my opinion, they're all crooks, both sides. The independents, the Democrats or Republicans, the whoever, they're all crooks. And I got a lot of politician friends. I'm just saying, if they make $200,000 a year and they're worth $18 million, how did that work out? Did they find some buried treasure? No, gas is still too. I know what he said. I can tell you I'm not happy about it either. It cost me $150 every time I fill up. It's a 50-gallon tank, and it's over 150. Diesel is at 3-something a gallon. And I can assure you, Walmart, I heard him say, Walmart, y'all are just going to have to eat the difference that those tariffs cost. Walmart didn't eat the difference. Food and stuff in these stores, I don't see how people afford it. I don't buy it. I'll starve before It's almost cheaper to go to Blue Mountain Cafe and eat than trying to build it at home. I mean, seriously. You can go to Blue Mountain, $13, $14, $15, $17 with a drink, glass of tea. You can't build that meal at home for that. Nowhere near. I haven't heard that. They keep saying they're going to patch the roads. I'm still dodging the same potholes, and they're bigger than potholes for years. And our mayor, our city council members, everybody says, Larry, do that My Fort Worth. It might work for y'all, it doesn't work for me. I've reported those potholes 20 times. Eggs are down, but now they're back up. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Oh yeah, you do have, Monty brings up a great point. When you go to Blue Mountain, you need to get a to-go box immediately because their portions are so huge. You can make 2 meals out of it if you don't pig out. Seriously. That's a great point, Monty. That's for sure. If you just eat sensibly when you're sitting there, or you can stop. I stop at the one on Vickery and take it home, and that's exactly what I do. As soon as I get home, I'll put half of it in another container that I put in the refrigerator. Just eat half of it. You know, I had a friend of mine, I swear, he came by yesterday, and this guy has not gained a pound. I've known him 50 years. He drinks beer, I mean, nothing excessively, and I said, Terry, how in the heck do you do that? And he said, whether at home or go out to eat, when I eat half of what's on the plate, I stop. And And he said, "Now I eat whatever I want to eat." It takes a lot of willpower. Yeah, but Monty's right. You have to have it to go box at Blue Mountain. Their food never changes from year to year, location to location. They've now got 5 Blue Mountains: Stinger's Bar and Grill in Azle, and the Anchor on Eagle Mountain. How do I join this group? If you're seeing, oh well, no, you might be on. Go to Fort Worth Memories. It's 131,000 something. It's a private group, and I'll accept you. But every morning when I do these lives, I share it to live videos, messages, and something else. And it's on YouTube. Did I ever go to prison? No. Should have. Well, some of the stuff you can't put everything, because there's some stuff there's no statute of limitations. We can do that. You know what I'd like to do? I'd like to have a group of historians come over that are really knowledgeable about the Camp Bowie. My idea thing that I've wanted to do forever is on Saturday for like 9 to 11 in the morning, have a group of people, whether it be people knowledgeable about railroads, the airplanes here, Fort Worth's history, whatever, and just do a live deal for about 2 hours, because I'm not knowledgeable about my uncle was at Camp Bowie, one of my uncles. 1917, and they closed in 18, I believe. They trained tens of thousands of people. But then we also, those airfields, during the First World War, I don't think we leased out some of these airfields. I think they owned them. The Canadians, I think we trained Teleferro Field and Benbrook, and there were 3 airfields. But there's people, and they're on our group, that are very knowledgeable about that. So with me talking about it, it's not, I don't know all the answers. Not about that, anyway. Okay, gotta go. Scott's gonna be here in a minute to work on. Scott devotes a lot of time to fixing our cameras and all of that stuff. That one Nevo is still not charged all the way, but it's charged enough. Okay, so y'all have a wonderful Tuesday. If you go outside, don't forget to stay hydrated, wear a long sleeve shirt and a big hat. This sun does a lot of damage. You can see what it does to your car, so you can imagine if it's your body. I don't know about the Rangers. Are the Rangers, Monty, are the Rangers still in the hunt, or where are we on that? Robert probably knows. Those guys keep up with all of that. Let me see. It'd be nice if they were. At lunch on Saturday, Robert said our hitting it's not our pitching, it's our hitting. We're the Texas Rangers in the standings in baseball. We're 6.5 games out. And it's 61 and 59, so that's 120. There's only 30 games left, approximately. The Astros have got it. The Mariners are one game out, and then it's us. We're in third place in that deal. I mean, they're going to have to get real hot. Wild card. Standings. I don't even know how you read this deal. I don't guess we're in the hunt for the wild card. There's Texas. I guess we're 2.5 games back, 2.5 games back for a wild card spot. But there's Cleveland in front of us, the New York Yankees, Boston Red Sox, Seattle. Anyway, we support them. I'm here every day, not Sunday, but I'm here every day, Monday through Saturday. How do you build up a Cleveland group? How do you build up a following like what we have? You have to have a good product, which everybody's interested in our history, and you have to post all the time around the clock. I put in about 15 hours a day on posting. Seriously. 15 or 16 hours every day. Day and night. So what you do is you generate. So I post so many things, I might post 50 things in a day. And I do it different categories: churches, buildings, downtown, airplanes, trains, planes. So you have to find something that is interesting to your followers, like the deal with the singer. She's gotten now almost 1,000 people have gone on there. Wait a minute, I'll tell you the exact number. Yesterday I posted Monnings and Striplings and Leonards, and that brought in a bunch of people. They relived memories. Kelly Clarkson is now at, it's still not a day, it's 20 hours. 916 people have gone on there and either liked it. That's called an engagement. So you have views. Views is where people are surfing the net and they're looking at our stuff. Engagements is a comment, a like, a share. We average on engagements, on the average 28 days, just on memories, at 400,000 engagements. So 400,000 divided by 28, 14,285 engagements where people liked it, shared it, made a comment. One of those. Divided by 24 hours, 595 engagements every hour. Divided by 60 minutes. Right at one engagement every minute of every day for 28 straight days, day and night. So you have to have a good product and you have to put it out there. And then the rest is up to y'all. Sometimes I post stuff that don't get much. Let's take a look at the main topic right now on mine is the post about the M&O subway. 353 people went on there. And that's 13 hours. The next is our birthday post I make every day. 4 hours and there's been 20 people. But we've reached 160 on that. A Monnings post from yesterday, 839 people went on there, and that's been up 21 hours. So you see that all of those people start adding up. Here's one, 968 people. Here's the price list from at the grocery stores back in the day. 15 people. There's Kelly. There's a float from Stripling back in the day. There's a zoo deal. It's been up 13 hours, and there's been 187 of you going there. So all of that stuff adds up. So you have to be dedicated. I mean, sick, I don't ever get sick, but whatever. If I'm busy, I pay the price at night and only sleep an hour and a half. I change the date and the flower every day about 3 to 4 a.m. So you just have to work it. You have to be dedicated. And then once you post stuff that's interesting, then people relive their memories on our groups. That's, in my opinion, life is a collection of memories. Because the stuff I just talked about, Kelly Clarkson's already a memory. As soon as it comes out of my mouth, it's a memory. And you remember memories. I just happen to remember everything I've ever seen, read, or looked at from about age 8 distinctly. I can recall to the minute. Some people say it's a gift. Sometimes it's terrible. I mean, for me, I recall bad memories. That stuff goes around in my head all the time. When y'all are looking at something on the wall, I'm seeing what's on the wall, but I'm seeing in my mind 10 other things. Maybe from when I was 10 years old. Yes, America's Senior Benefits of North Texas. That's Andrew Wallace and Chasen Smith.